Hope everybody is doing great. Wish you all a happy Republic Day. Now I could have taken the usual route of trying and explaining the history behind it and tell you how great our country is. What would that do? Make us feel proud for a while? But dwelling in the past glories is not always good. It should be the present which should be more glorious. I'm not saying that the present is not glorious. Yes, it's been glorious, but it's been very few and far in between. India has emerged as a savior during these difficult times by providing free vaccines to different neighboring countries. They provided 150,000 free vaccines to Bhutan, 1 lakh vaccines to Maldives, 20 lakh vaccines to Bangladesh, 10 lakh to Nepal. There's about 15 lakhs provided to Burma or Myanmar and 50,000 to Seychelles as well as 50,000 to Mauritius. In fact, they are gone up to the extent of helping Brazil and Morocco as well. Now at a time where the developed countries are trying to fight their own battle, where the hospitals are reporting that they are not able to handle the pressure with the numbers that are popping up with COVID, whether it's America or UK, anywhere. In fact, UK has reported the maximum deaths because of COVID recently. During this kind of period, about 3 or 4 months back, everybody, the so-called developed countries, most of the intellectuals within the country were predicting a disaster. Everybody was saying that India is not prepared to deal with this. In fact, they were predicting such a disaster that almost 25% of our population would vanish because of COVID. But India has proved everyone wrong. In fact, we have proved to the world that we just don't believe that world is one family. We deliver to the extent that for the past 6 years, it's the first time that New York Times has praised India for the way they are dealing with the pandemic and the way they are helping the world with the vaccines. But we cannot forget our failures while we are gasping in the current glory. And we cannot forget as well that it is because of the help of the so-called private sector that India was able to achieve what they did. While the opposition is busy calling the current government Soot Boot Ki Sarkar, it was these Soot Boot that helped us to achieve what we did. But the Indian government has a very bad history of taking help from the private sector when our backs are faced towards the wall, but forgetting them immediately afterwards. In fact, pointing them as the reason for each and every failure that we have had. Whether it was the Indira government, when India wanted to become a nuclear country, they had to take help from J.R.D. Tata, or whether it was when we were trying to build a submarine, nuclear submarine, and they had to take help from L&T. But then later, they did not give them any credit or they forgot about it totally. I just hope that the current government does not take that path. Now I also believe that a sign of good democracy or a strong democracy is when you have a strong opposition. But looking at the current scenario, anybody can predict that even in 2024, it's going to be a BJP-led government. Now that's a bad sign, because whether it's a party when it comes to politics or a company when it comes to business, monopoly of one single party or one single company is going to give you bad news. But then, while the entire world leaders or the presidents or prime ministers of each and every country who have received aid with regards to vaccine from our country, right from Morocco to Brazil to Nepal to Myanmar, everybody is busy thanking the Prime Minister. But wherein internally we have leaders who are saying that we are not going to take the vaccine because it's done by BJP.
देखिए मैं तो नहीं लगवाऊंगा अभी वैक्सीन, मैंने अपनी बात कह दी, और वो भी बीजेपी लगाएगी उसका भरोसा करूंगा मैं? अरे जाओ भाई, अरे अपनी सरकार आएगी सबको फ्री वैक्सीन लगेगी, हम बीजेपी का वैक्सीन नहीं लगवा सकते।
Now, how difficult is it to understand that the vaccine was not invented in BJP headquarters? It was invented in a scientific lab. And opposing a government for the sake of opposing is not going to help. We need to understand that in their hatred towards Modi, they are not even realizing as to the statements that they are making might not come out as hatred towards Modi, but hatred towards the nation. Each and every leader, president, prime ministers, entrepreneurs, even from the countries which have not even received aid from India. Hell, even Bill Gates are busy praising India for the way the vaccine drive was handled. Show me one tweet by an opposition leader praising the way vaccine drive was handled. You are busy pointing out. You did not even leave a single stone unturned to point out that the vaccine was not tested enough. But now, when we have approval from a very respected UK-based lab saying that the vaccine is effective, the vaccine is efficient, why are you not praising our scientists? When did hatred towards one person become so strong that you are not even aware whether your statements are anti-government or is it anti-India? In fact, there was an article in one of these paid media wherein they said when Har Ghar Shauchalaya Abhiyan was run, that by introducing toilets in all the houses, what PM Modi is doing is disconnecting people, because according to them, it was during their sessions in the field that all these villages were connecting with each other, and by introducing toilets in each houses, he was disconnecting people. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not just praising Modi. I understand that he's had his failures. In fact, if you watch my previous video, I pointed them out as well, that the current government is very good when it comes to implementing new laws or amending the old laws, but they lack when it comes to communicating the same. Thankfully, with the pandemic, they have outsmarted themselves and made sure that the communication as well as the rollout gets successful. All I'm trying to say is yes, India is glorious, but then we can't keep dwelling in the past. We need to have new achievements to show, as well as if the current opposition does not move forward from hating a particular person, then the country is not going to achieve the potential that it can. We as public also have to get involved and be able to dissect and understand which criticism is constructive and which one is a political game. Hope to see you guys in my next video. Ciao till then.